Do they feel the same way about you as you feel about them? For this pick a card reading, instead of picking a card, I'd like for you guys to pick a heartstone, okay? We've got the blue lapis lazuli for pile number 1, the purple fluorite for pile number 2, and the bloodstone for pile number 3. Now, the reason that you don't have a literal pile to pick from is that I am going to be dealing out the cards in real time. I'm going to do that because I want to make sure that each pile has an equal opportunity to get the cards that are most appropriate for them. And one reason why I need to do this is that I have taken the Druidcraft Tarot and just taken the Major Arcana cards because I want to look at your feelings in a very archetypical way. Now, the entire tarot is made up of archetypes, okay? But the major arcana are more major archetypes, while the minor arcana is more minor archetypes. So we want to make sure that we're getting clear answers about the feelings between you and the person that you're thinking about. So I want to focus on that with this. We also have the Art of Love Tarot, which I'm going to be using for more of the details. And of course the Tarot of Pagan Cats, which I love as a clarifying deck. Before I begin, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support that you guys have been showing me for the past few weeks. I welcome every new viewer and subscriber, and I really love the comments and the suggestions. Just keep them coming. I really appreciate it, and I read every single one of them. Also, if there's anything you need to know about me, it will be in the description. These are just general readings. If you would like a private reading, I do offer those, but you just follow any kind of directions in the description for more there, okay? Because right now I want to get started on this reading. Okay guys, if you haven't picked yet, I want you to go ahead and pause the video and meditate on that, and once you figure out which stone speaks to you the most, then we'll go ahead, you can go ahead and unpause it and we can begin. Otherwise, I'm going to start with stone number 1, the blue heart, lapis lazuli. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. And we're going to go ahead and put the clarifying cards a little bit out of sight here, and what I'm gonna do is, you know, we've got this major arcana cards, okay, and I want to make certain that we are looking at what are your and your person's major feelings towards one another, okay? So about this relationship, this is how they feel. This is how you feel. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and get a little bit more deep with these cards. This is a non-traditional tarot deck, yes, but it does have all of those more specific messages in it, and it is geared specifically for love questions like this one. So again, this is how your person feels. This is how you feel. Okay, and we'll see if it's a match or not. And if anything about this isn't clear, we can go ahead and check the clarifying cards. So let's look at them versus you when it comes to the major arcana cards. Okay, I didn't mention it at first, and I probably should have, but I am only reading these upright, okay, because I'm going for a simple overall message, okay? So right now, you're feeling more like somebody needs to take action, and I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's probably your person, because given that you, the viewer, you know, are seeking out the answer to this question, I'm figuring that you guys have already taken as much action as you feel comfortable with and as much action as you can, and your person is what you're kind of waiting for. You're kind of like, okay, what's going on? Something else about the Lord, this would be the Emperor in the traditional tarot, the Lord is a point of discipline, authority, very strong masculine figure. So it seems like your person, you might find that they're not, basically they're not bringing it, right? They're not bringing it, they're not being stable, they're not being decisive, that kind of thing. Them, on the other hand, they view this as a new start for them. They view it as rebirth, okay? They view it as a call to something new. And they're not thinking anything negative about this at all. This relationship does give some challenges for your person, because they have to be, I mean, every single time we enter into a new relationship, or we look at the possibility of being in a new relationship, we have to find out, like, is this person suitable for me, and are we well matched, and that kind of thing. So what's going on with your person right now is that they're just at this point where they're like figuring out, is this something that I am capable of doing well in? Can I flourish in this relationship? And if I can't flourish in this relationship, what do I need to bring to make certain that this relationship is successful? So let's look at the commonalities before we look at more of the details here. The commonalities is both of you understand that there's something needs to be brought to the table that isn't currently there. Both of you understand that somebody needs to step up, and both of you understand that it's that person. It's your person, okay? It's not you, it's your person that needs to step up. So are you on the same page? There's a lot of similarities. It looks like you right now, at least in the mind space, are a lot more certain about the direction of this relationship and where you want it to go and all of that good stuff than they are. That doesn't mean they're not as committed or that they don't have as strong feelings or anything like that. It's just that maybe you've got better skills at planning than they do. Or maybe you know what you want way much better than they do, but you're there because you know what you want. They're not there yet because either they don't know what they want, or because this is kind of like, it's almost like it snuck up on them, and now they're in this situation. They've got to figure out, like, well, what do I do with this? Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, is that that's a dynamic. And again, it really has nothing to do with how much they feel or how much they care. It has more to do with how prepared they are at the point where they met you, okay? So let's look more at their feelings. Okay, you've got the Two of Trees. So they're willing to be flexible in the situation. They're in a place where it's like, yeah, they're willing to bring whatever you want to the table, absolutely. But being flexible and knowing what you want is different. So I think that one of the things that can help a whole lot in your situation is communicating exactly what you need from them. And it's like, okay, well, maybe you've told them, hey, how about you call me more often, or can we see each other more often, or something like that. What they need to know is that you like it when they, and then fill in the blank, and that's it. You've just got to be very clear, very simple, because that's the kind of language that they're going to understand at this point. Kind of think about it as they're kind of childlike, so you're going to have to explain yourself the way that you might explain yourself to a 5-year-old, okay? And no, it's not going to come off as patronizing or anything like that. It'll just come off as clear. It's just like, I'd really like it if we could do this again, or it feels so great when you call me, that kind of thing. It's funny because I had a reading recently where this was a much bigger problem than the way it's coming across in this reading. And as I was saying these things to this particular person, I was thinking, gosh, this must sound like the way you would talk to a child. But it really is, it really is helpful to just say, I like it when you do this, or and equally, it's just as helpful to say, I don't like it when you do that. And And yeah, and then this is like, yeah, your person just needs some clarification. It's funny because I even think that this card came up with that particular reading. It's kind of funny to me. But yeah, this person just needs clarification. Like, they just need a direction. Okay. They need for you to take the lead. You've got the Lord as your card. You've got this kind of person that takes action. And I understand that you're doing a lot to hold up the situation right now. Okay, I get it. Because it really looks like you've put a lot of yourself into this, and, you know, like I said before, they're not bringing it. You know, somebody needs to bring it, and it's them. They basically just need to get clear about what you want. And that clarity comes from simplifying things to basically a 5-year-old level. Okay, on your end, how are you feeling? You have a lot of faith in the situation, and basically, I mean, really, you're ready to start creating with them. One thing that you might, you know, the Ace of Stars in this deck, it corresponds to the Ace of Wands, or rods. Some people call it rods, or staves. Some people call it that. Basically, that's the action deck, or the action suit. It's the taking action card. So I think it's interesting that you've got the Lord, that's a person of action, and then you've got two cards that are the stars, that are like the taking action. You know, so it's like, basically, are you on the same page? You know, not really, because you want this to happen, and they it's not that they don't want it to happen, but they don't feel as urgent about that. Okay. Still, this doesn't really talk about how they feel as far as how they're feeling about you. And it's not really talking about how you're feeling about them. This is talking more about how you guys feel about the relationship itself. Your person wants direction. You want this to happen already, okay? Let's go ahead and get the Tarot Pagan Cats out, and we are going to get some major clarification on this whole situation. So, I want to go ahead and use these clarifiers as a way to hone in on, like, what are the feelings here? What are the major feelings that are going on with your person, and what are the major feelings that are going on with you, and what can we do to reach some kind of agreement there? Okay. All right. We got some cards that flew out. Lots of them, actually. I'm going to go ahead and put them to the side. I'm not going to forget about them. I just want to make sure that I'm clear that the cards that I draw for the two of you are your cards, okay? So clarity on your person's feelings, clarity on where you're feeling, where you can meet in the middle, okay? And then I've got the cards that flew out. I'm going to put these back here. So, clarification on how they're feeling. Okay, well, something that's really interesting is that, yeah, they do want to take action, because here's the Knight of, the Page of Wands, which is an action card. They just don't know how to. They don't know what to do. Sometimes they feel a little paralyzed with it. Sometimes they worry that they're not good enough. But mostly they just worry that they can't come up with ideas for what to do. You know, it's like they feel kind of like a deer in the headlights. They're like, when they see you, or when they're around you, or when they think about the relationships, like, what do I do? It's like that. So this is another thing that's going on. But I mean, ultimately, they feel like meeting you is something to really, like, I mean, it can bring them so much joy and so much happiness, and something that's going to be so fun for both of you. And that's what they want. They just want to get to know you, be with you, have experiences with you, and all of that kind of stuff. They just don't know how to get from where you guys are right now to having it all just be easy, you know? And I really think that what's going to come up over here is communication, you know? But we'll see what's going to come up here. Oh, we've got another major arcana card, which is the Wheel of Fortune. In this particular spread, the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor. So that means that this is going to work out, okay? So at this point, regardless of any other clarifiers, you guys are going to end up working this out, and you're going to definitely spend some very quality time together, and you're going to be able to find out if this relationship is something that can go somewhere or not, and it looks like it can. But even though we already know it's gonna work out, okay, let's go ahead and look some more. You know, yeah, okay. So we've got you already planning. You're looking to the future. You're looking ahead. You can even see across oceans. You can see so far out, right? This card can sometimes also come out when we're talking about a long distance relationship, and it's also a card of like longing. Okay, so it could also just mean that you're longing for this relationship to take place, and that makes sense. You know, with all the stuff we've gotten so far, it's like, come on, let's get it here already, right? So yeah, I'm not getting a distinct impression that for most of you this is a long distance relationship, but there might be one, and I'm saying that because there's an ocean in this, and also I already, you know, you've got an ocean and two ships. One of the cards that popped out also has an ocean and two ships, and that's why I say that. I just haven't gotten there yet. Oh, the world. My goodness, you guys, this is gonna be fine. They're gonna be able to meet you exactly where you are, okay? They just haven't caught up yet. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at this mirroring here, okay? It's the same image. It's duplicated, okay? It's the same image. Just like when you look at the card back and you've got an obvious, like, you don't know which side is right side up, you know, versus I'm just going to reach out and pick out a oracle card. This one, you can tell if the wings are upside down or not, right? Okay? And this one, it's a mirror, right? This card's a mirror, right? One of them's you, one of them's them. It doesn't matter which one's which. All that matters is that you guys are on the same page. So absolutely, maybe you're not thinking the same way, but you are on the same page as far as where you want to go with this relationship, and you're on the same page as far as your feelings. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to come about. Okay. All right. It's Six of Cups. Sixes usually are talking about stability, balance. The Cups suit is almost always talking about feelings and emotions. In this situation, there's a lot of nurture going on. You've got a scene where they're at home. It's probably pretty ridiculous to you guys because it's cats, but the Six of Cups is very, very positive when you are talking about a relationship. Basically, it shows that things are going to be balanced, okay, and that it's gonna bring this kind of like almost childlike wonder between the two of you, and that's exactly what your partner needs to start having fun and feeling like you guys are really experiencing things, you know, thinking about experiencing things, you know. And you've got like this water here, and you've got the water here, and then we've got the cards that popped out, and we've got water in that one. Maybe they want to travel with you. It could be that, you know. But yeah, let's go ahead and address some of these cards. Juggling, balancing, finding balance. That's what this is talking about. Other than that, there's just this motif that keeps coming up with the distance. So yeah, it could be a long distance relationship. Could just be longing in general, and again, could be just seeing far ahead of yourself, being able to plan for the future, that kind of thing. Seven of Swords, kind of like, okay, all of this stuff's going on, nobody's taking action, nobody's doing anything about it. That makes sense. I think that both of you feel this way, though. I think that both of you are feeling like, okay, this is kind of getting out of control, right? Like, look at all these, look at all these mice and the cat's just lying around, right? Yeah, you know, you guys have this relationship or this thing, you know, between the two of you, and it's kind of gotten to a point where, okay, it's kind of out of control. Somebody needs to take charge. You know, this is just reiterating that. Wow, another major arcana card. We've got Strength, which is being gentle. You know, you don't have to use a whole lot of force with this. And I think that kind of goes back to the talking to your person with simplicity. And then you've got the One of Cups, which is like, yeah, well, it's coming. You know, this relationship's coming. This is the beginning of a new relationship between the two of you. So if you're already partnered up and you've already had that new relationship with this person, you're just, you know, wondering, like, are they still on the same page as me or not? It's going to basically be dialed up a notch. And for those of you who aren't paired up yet, or you're on the verge of that, it's going to happen. And for those of you who are in any other kind of situation, this is just a new relationship is coming about, and it's a romantic one. This isn't friendship or anything like this. This is romantic in this context, definitely. So, are you on the same page? No. Do you feel the same way? Yes. Are they going to bring it? Yes. How are they going to bring it? By you being a little bit more clear to them on exactly what you need. And boy, do they want to. I mean, really, they are willing to, got the flexibility card, right? They're willing to bend over backwards for you, right? So yeah, you're all good. You really, I mean, this looks really good. If it's in a long distance relationship, and if there's distance between the two of you and you're worried about that, that's going to work itself out too. I know that because we got the Wheel of Fortune card, and that's kind of like, yeah, this is destined to be, this is fated, that kind of thing. So I just wanted to speak to that. But you guys, looks good. I'm pretty happy for you guys. Just stick with it a little bit longer. All right, group number 2. Those of you who picked the purple fluorite heart, okay? Of course, I just got done with group number 1, so I've got to shuffle these cards. Please bear with me for the short time it's going to take for me to do that. I didn't do it on camera, so I'm going to go ahead and also reshuffle our clarifying cards. Okay. Really feel it. Okay, and then the Tarot Pagan Cats. We're going to go ahead and shuffle this 3 times, and then I'll shuffle it again if we need some clarifiers. Okay, there's 1. Let's do it this way. There's 2. Okay, and there's 3. And cutting the deck. We're going to put that off camera. Okay, how your person's feeling, how you're feeling. Okay. These are both going to be major arcana cards. I did that by design. We're going to be able to look at the more specific aspects of your relationship in this deck here. Okay. Just going to shuffle until it feels right. All right. How they're feeling, how you're feeling. And because we're doing major arcana cards, and I want to make sure that it's clear, I am only reading these in the upright position. There's enough negative and positive cards in here for us to get a good read, okay? So we've got Temperance for your person. Your person's feeling like things need to be balanced, okay? They don't want things to get too out of hand, but they also still, they also still, they do want something to happen. They just feel a little bit in over their heads. Okay, and on your end, the Chariot. Oh gosh, how perfect is that? Okay, so you've got it. This might actually feel really, really weird to hear. And I'm thinking, like, the kind of person that would look at, are we on the same page or not, or do they feel the same way about me as I do about them? I just think, I think of a person who would watch this video as being somebody who really feels a lot about somebody, and they're basically like, do they even feel anything? Maybe, right? This person actually has stronger feelings for you than you do for them. I know, it doesn't, probably don't believe me, but they do. That's what's going on. That's exactly what it's saying, and it's very clear. Okay, so we've got Temperance. Temperance is number 14 in the Major Arcana. Now, in the Druidcraft Tarot, it's called a Welsh word, okay? So we're not going to worry about that. This is Temperance. It's about balancing. It's about moderation. It's about not letting things get too out of hand. On your end, we've got the Chariot, okay? The Chariot is also about balancing. We've got the white horse and the black horse. We've got thoughts and we've got emotions. We've got the balance, like you want to move forward, you want to go ahead, but you do know that you have to be balanced when you do it, okay? Both of you are focusing on that balance. Both of you are focusing on that perfect feeling between you know, the heart and the head, and what feels best, what feels most natural, what feels, gosh, I don't know why, I just have an aversion to using this word, but basically what feels most organic, that kind of thing. But you're here at number 7 and they're up to 14. And so that's double, you know. So yeah, it's a multiple of the same number, right? But yeah, they feel exactly the same way as you do. Only they feel it a little bit more intensely. So you guys are perfectly matched up as far as how you're feeling about the other, and also how you're feeling about how the relationship should move forward. One thing I can say about your side is that you do have that more urgency to move forward than they do. They feel a little bit more calm in the situation, and I think it's because they trust in the situation just a little bit more than you do. They probably trust in the situation more because they're the kind of person that doesn't share their feelings as often, but you have shared your feelings, and so this person's totally secure in where they are and where you are. It doesn't even occur to them that, oh, well, maybe they need to know how I'm feeling too. Maybe we'll find out with these cards here. Okay, the awakening, emergence. Oh, look at this. They're going to start tuning in more to you. Not thinking so much about themselves. This person really strikes me as somebody who has a very strong understanding of what makes them who they are. They're aware of their kind of personality. I mean, speaking of personality, it could be speaking of an introvert or an extrovert, though. Just because somebody has a strong sense of self doesn't necessarily mean they're introverting all the time. They just have a very strong idea of what they want and who they are. They probably have really strong moral convictions as well. They're coming towards you. Definitely, and they do have a vision for the future between the two of you. They just haven't expressed that to you yet. And then we've got strength. So you guys have so far 4 major arcana cards. You've got strength, and then the awakening, number 8 and number 20. Okay, so this is a major situation for the two of you. You guys both recognize that this is big. I think your person is really taking this seriously, though. One thing about strength is that they don't want to come on too strong. And while that's kind of saying the same thing when we talk about temperance, because, you know, there's a balance between coming on being too aggressive and then also being too submissive, right? Strength is also about being strong, but not through force, but being strong through gentleness, right? And so they might come across as maybe even a little bit effeminate, or maybe a little bit timid, but it's not because they are effeminate, it's not because they are timid, it's because they know that they don't have to overdo it, you know, and that's where they're feeling here. Where you are, you just really want to explore this relationship. You really just want to. I mean, golly, you just really want to see what's going to happen here. So that, I mean, it's great that you guys are all like in the same place here, you know. You want to explore it because you don't know that they're sitting here, you know, they already want it. They know that they want it. They know that how they're going to get it and all of that. You're being a little bit more frantic, and that's okay because they're not communicating with you, okay? I'm recognizing that. So that's okay. And why do you want to explore it? Because you're so curious. Like, where is this going? Oh my gosh, right? So yeah, you've got curiosity and exploration. They've got strength and emergence. They're coming towards you. You both have an appreciation for, you know, not rushing it, but also not taking too slow of a time. Really doesn't feel like it needs any validation, but it doesn't look like it needs any validation either, because they're going to be coming forward validating that yeah, they feel the same way as well as you. But I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cards just to see if there's any more information I can give you about how to bring this about. Okay. All right. Okay. This person's not going to hurt you. this person isn't the same as a person you've been with in the past that was negative towards you. This person's not going to hurt you. That's something that you can work on while you're waiting for this person to come forward a little bit stronger. And also, you don't have any risk of looking crazy or weird for having feelings in this situation, okay? So you can be more expressive of your feelings if that's what feels natural for you. If you don't feel natural doing that, if that feels scary for you and all of that, that's something that you're going to be working with in this relationship, about feeling more comfortable about expressing yourself. But if you're the kind of person that really would rather kind of let your feelings come about in a more give and take situation, go ahead and do it that way. But know that by holding back your emotions, they're not going to think less of you because you have emotions. They'll be relieved to know that you have emotions because they have emotions too, for you. So just kind of keep that in mind. I know a lot of people, especially in a new relationship or in a relationship that feels really important, they don't want to come off. Nobody wants to be seen as being crazy, right? But you're not going to be seen as being crazy not by this person. This person's, they're solid. They're really a solid person. And yeah, looks great. Yeah, looks great for you guys. So yeah, you guys are right there on the same page. Hi, those of you who picked the Bloodstone. Hi, Group 3. Hope you guys are having a good one. And we are going to tune in to you and your person to find out if the two of you feel the same way about each other, if you're on the same page, if everything's mutual, that kind of thing. Okay? And this is only going to be looking at major arcana cards, so I'm only going to be reading these upright, okay? So you've got them in the relationship, and then you've got you in the relationship, okay? And then we're going to put these to the side. Then we've got this Art of Love Tarot, which I'm going to shuffle a bit here before I draw some more cards here. And these cards are going to just get a little bit more specific about like the details here, you know, because we're just using the major arcana so we can be very, very clear. And then this is getting to the details, and if we need to, we'll use the pagan cats to get even more clear. Okay. All right. Let's see. This is the way they're feeling. This is the way you're feeling. Okay. Where they are. Okay. It's interesting. This came up for a different pile as well. Where they are is that this is a new situation to them. They feel like they have no idea what's happening between the two of you, but they just know that they want it, and they also know that they are willing to be very malleable in the situation, very flexible in the situation. They need some direction, though. They need for you to let them know what you need, and I understand that when we're in situations like this, and we're telling the other person how we're feeling and what we're thinking and all of that kind of stuff, it seems like we're being so clear, but when you're talking about something as abstract as emotions, sometimes you have to really simplify that down. And where they are right now is where they just need it real simple, like, I like you, or I like it when you do that, or thank you for doing this, or thank you for being this way, or, things like that. That it's real simple, that kind of thing. Where you are, oh, you're willing to take the risk. So you guys are both kind of innocent in this situation. You guys both see that this is a new situation. But you guys are both putting a lot of faith in the other person. You're about to start a major journey with this person too. And you've got them rebirth, they're in rebirth, you know, so maybe they have an ex around them, but that is nothing you need to worry about. If there's anybody else in this person's life, that person's going to be gone pretty soon. This is not anything that you need to worry about, okay? You've got the rebirth and the Fool. The Fool is starting out on his journey. Many decks interpret the Fool as literally being born into the world. He's about to fall from heaven into the world, okay, and start his journey, right? And then you've got Rebirth, the Rebirth card in the Druidcraft Tarot. And I mean, it couldn't be more perfect. So do you feel the same way about this relationship? Absolutely. Do you feel the same way about each other, though? Let's see. Let's see. This person really cares about you a lot. Really, really cares about you a lot. And you're very in tune. Got a cat here. You're very in tune with what's going on. You know, look at this. And it's interesting how this imagery right here, this imagery here and the imagery here, it's like very similar. Okay, I get the impression you're an earth kind of person. Actually, let me restate that. You're the kind of person that likes to be out in nature in the forest. That's a really nice atmosphere for you. Might have allergies and not like the effects it have on you, but being outside in nature with the trees. Ooh. Wow. My goodness, I feel like I'm reading for you on a whole different level. Okay, I've got to keep in mind this is a group, okay? Not all of this is going to apply to everybody. So let me keep it as general as possible. Where you are right now is that you're in a situation where you know what you want and you have a pretty good grasp of the situation too. I would imagine that you're probably just here for confirmation that your read of the situation, that the two of you are on the same page emotionally, mentally, physically, and all of that kind of stuff. You're just looking for confirmation because it's hard for me to believe that this energy that I'm seeing right here isn't something that is clearly mutual and clearly something that is you guys are moving towards one another. Okay, this person doesn't want to look foolish. Yeah, we've got the Fool here. This person doesn't want to look foolish, but they also know that they want you, and it's so intense. You've got the High Priestess over here with intuition, and that's intense. And then you've got the King of Angels over here with his intense energy. Oh my goodness, this person really wants to be with you. It's just so strong. It's really beautiful. It's very moving for me to feel this energy. Let's go ahead and just ask the Tarot Pagan Cats, is there anything that you can do to help bring this about faster? I mean, this, and that's another thing, I really feel like this is happening like in the moment, you know? But if there's anything that you can do to kind of form a bridge between the two of you so you can get that communication a little bit more clear. I mean, I doubt that there's going to be much, but we'll see. We'll see what the cats say. Okay. All right. Okay. Guys got rebirth again. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Wow. I have never had a reading happen like this. This is crazy. I am so sorry. I've got to bring somebody else into it. Hey Greg, come over here. Look what just happened. I was looking for clarity for this, and so I picked two cards. These are the two cards that came out.
Oh wow.
They're the same. I've never had that happen before.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I just brought my my own partner, my guy, into this because you know when something like this happens, you gotta share it, right? You guys are perfect. You guys, this is amazing to me. You guys are totally on the same page. You're gonna come together. Everything's gonna be great. You probably have a better relationship than 99% of the people that you know, and this is going to go very, very far. This is strong, guys. This is really strong, and the universe is working really hard to bring the two of you together. This is great. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be feeling this rush for the rest of, like, I don't know, for the rest of the week, you guys. Wow. I mean, I kind of feel like I need to tell you guys, thank you for letting me read for you. Wow. But yeah, you guys are fine. You guys are fine. I don't know what the probability is of these same cards coming out, especially on both, like, on the sides that they came out in, but it's gotta be pretty low. Yeah, the universe has got this for you, okay? Nothing you need to do any differently, okay? Just keep being you. This is gonna be great. Thank you guys so much for letting me read that. Hi guys, so thanks for watching to the end of this video. I hope it was entertaining for you and that it resonated. Of course I appreciate the likes and the comments and the subscribes and all of that kind of stuff, but what I appreciate more is, you know, honest feedback. So let me know how you're feeling about this reading, what you're thinking about it, and if you have any ideas for a pick a card reading I can do in the future, go ahead and leave it below in comments. And if you don't feel like leaving a comment, you can always just send me an email. It's in the description. I will see you tomorrow.